before we get started, hit the subscribe button, turn on location, give me a huge thumbs up.
Hey guys, hey! Mocha and Mickey here. Sorry for my shaking camera. How's it going? Okay, so I am getting over my Disney blues. And I'm ready to talk about our epic anniversary trip that we just had. So hang in there because I'm super pumped to tell you all about it. First of all, I am going to probably tell you that this is going to be a couple videos. So the first one, I'm going to talk about probably Epcot. We'll start there, and I'll talk about some of the new things that actually have changed just recently, actually since our trip or after our trip. So there's some Disney news for you as well. And I'll tell you a few tips and tricks that I gathered along the way as I was in the parks and how incredibly warm it was. But here we go. Okay, so my husband and I flew in to Florida and MCO, and we decided that we were gonna do 4 parks in one day. Now, we've never done 4 parks in one day, and it's always been, not a dream, that's kind of weird, but a bucket list of mine to do 4 parks in one day because, hello, awesome. So the 4 parks are Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, MGM, Animal Kingdom, and Epcot. So we were really excited. We stayed at a resort, which I will talk about. If you follow me on Instagram, Mocha and Mickey on Instagram, you will see a live at the resort that we stayed at. We stayed at Art of Animation, and we wanted to try it out because it seemed to be like a really cool resort if you have children. And I am an Ariel fanatic, so this one actually has an Ariel section and Ariel themed room in which we stayed in. So we were really excited, and another huge plus was that the resort is located on the Skyliner. So with the pricing and stuff, we realized that staying on the Skyliner was our best option. That way we could hop to Epcot every night if we wanted to, and it would be easy for us to do. Real quick, these are Park Hopper design ears. They are phenomenally done. She puts out these, she does a drop probably once a week, and sometimes special ones in between. You can find her on Instagram. I'll put her link below. They are beautifully done. She does these all by hand, her and her husband, I believe. And they're just amazing. I went for the, I think this is like a periwinkle blue, but it just reminded me of Cinderella, and I loved them. I thought they'd be perfect for Cinderella's castle, to do a little matchy-matchy with that. But I love them, and they were great during our trip, and they stayed up really well, and they are very comfortable. Another awesome small shop that I got these glasses from, oh my goodness. These are from Dreamers Denim. They are so cute. You can get any color that you want in the flowers. I chose the white and gold yellow color because I thought it would go with everything, and it would be very blatantly obvious that they were daisies for Flower and Garden. I will say, so many people asked me where these were from. They were a huge hit, and I loved that they were perfect for Flower and Garden, and they stayed up really well. I actually, on Space Mountain, I think it was a few days into our trip, on Space Mountain, I had these in my dress pocket, and when I went to get out of the little, the attraction, they fell out of my pocket, and I had not realized until we were walking down. And you know, the walk from Space Mountain after the ride is quite a hike. So we were winding around and I went to feel in my pocket and I'm like, oh my goodness, my glasses are gone. And these are like one of a kind, like thankfully, because I was able to tell the cast member and they absolutely found them. They knew obviously that these were mine, and that was like a little moment. But I love these. They're phenomenal. They're so cute, really well made. And they fit great in my fanny pack, which I should have put them in there for the ride. I did not realize, and I've been on Space Mountain numerous times. Apparently I thought they were gonna stay just fine in my pocket. Use the pouches in the rides if they have them so you don't lose your things. Like your sunglasses. Oh, I would have died if I couldn't get those back. Anyway, so Epcot, really quick. We went with the Hopper passes. So I'll speak to the Hopper passes for a few minutes because some of you may not know what a Hopper pass is. And what's great about the Hopper pass is that it allows you to go to a different park within the day. So if you reserve your spot, which they're doing right now during pandemic, they only have a certain number of tickets for specific parks a day. So if you reserve your park, say at Magic Kingdom, and you really want to hop to, let's say, Animal Kingdom that day, with what the Hopper does is at 2 p.m. when they allow hoppers to be open, you are able to hop from Magic Kingdom to Animal Kingdom in the same day. Then you could go back to Magic Kingdom. You could go to another park, like we did the 4 parks in one day thing. If that is not something you're like, I have no desire to do, you're welcome to not do Hopper passes and pay the extra money to just do your basic ticket, which will allow you only into one theme park that you reserved that day. So the benefit of having a Hopper is that, say you really, really wanted Magic Kingdom and the tickets were gone that day. Like you jumped on and you tried to reserve the day specifically for Magic Kingdom. They were gone. Well, if you still want to go to Magic Kingdom, you're able to purchase that Hopper ticket, and then at 2 p.m. you can jump over to Magic Kingdom and spend the rest of the day there if you want, which is really, really nice. Our huge benefit to having the Hopper pass was being able to go to Epcot, in the evening and just being able to spend the time there, and do that. Also, another great thing about the Hopper is you can literally fly by the seat of your pants. If you wanted to decide to go to Epcot or Hollywood, you were able to do that. We loved it. It was very beneficial. However, we did talk about it, and I think if you were a person who only traveled to Disney here and there, or it was your first time, I don't know if Hopper would be beneficial for your case because of the fact that, depending on how many days you had too, I would say that, you want to get the most out of your, park. So if it was your first time seeing Magic Kingdom, I personally would not want to leave at all that day. Like I'd want to stay in that park and get the most out of what I paid for to ride all the attractions, especially now that there are no fast passes. You do have to wait in lines. So, just, weighing the good and the bad with the whole Hopper situation. I will say, because we are frequent flyers of Disney parks, we would absolutely get them as a family, the Hopper passes, only because we know what our kids like, we know what they like to ride, and we're able to go in, do the attractions, leave, and go on to their next favorite attraction, possibly in a different park. There again, I would definitely look into it and, make a list. Okay, so I'm gonna wanna spend this full day doing this whole park. Or I'm willing to split it up and maybe go back to a resort for a while and then hop to a different park. Just, you know, there's good and bad about the hopper. And obviously the more days you go to the park, the cheaper it becomes. It ends up being like $20 extra a day for the whole situation. So it's really beneficial for you to literally write down what you're looking to do, how much you're willing to spend, and what is going to be the best for your family or possibly your solo trip. If I were doing a solo trip or with my girlfriends or something like that, my husband, I would definitely do hopper, hands down, no questions asked. I would pay the extra for it just because I feel like it's more relaxed too, and they don't feel so pressured to stay at the park and get everything in. So now with that, I'm gonna lead into Epcot because I have a lot of information and a lot of stuff going on up here, so I need to tell you about it. Okay, so right now, Flower and Garden is going on. And I believe Flower and Garden goes till July 15th. And then one of everyone's favorite festival starts, wine starts. So I absolutely love Flower and Garden, and it's because of obviously all the flowers, and it's very springy, it's colorful. I love it. A lot of people like the later in fall one, but I prefer Flower and Garden. I'm a huge Flower and Garden fan. My birthday is in May, so maybe that's a little bit of why. I was really pumped to hear that they were doing Flower and Garden in June as well, so that we could do that. So my huge thing for Epcot, and my husband always laughs at me, I am absolutely, I'm a child at heart. So I really enjoy all of the extra things like for kids and stuff that's available. But a lot of adults do this. It is the scavenger hunt. And they run different ones at different points of the year. And the one I really wanted to do that I have not done yet is the egg one. And when I was looking through the pamphlet that you are able to pick up at the entry point of Epcot, I was looking and it said in here that, it said in here that I could do, although it says limited time beginning March 19th was the egg extravaganza scavenger hunt. Now I was all pumped. I'm like, I'm doing the egg hunt. I've never done it before. I really want one of those prizes. I get up to the register and the cast member's like, they only run that for like a week. Now, sadly, I have not yet been to Disney during the Easter time. I always see awesome things on social media with Easter Bunny and all that. And the egg hunt, I was like, no! So I did Spike the Bee this year. We've done Ratatouille one in the past with the kids last time we went, and they loved it. They thought it was the best thing ever. So I will say it is literally the cheapest souvenir that you can get for your kids. So this is called Spike's Pollination Exploration. What's great about this is not only that you get, the kids get to look for the specific item and then they have to put the sticker on it. Okay, it's super fun. But not only that, is that it's in different countries or different areas, and they give little like facts and blurbs about the item that you're finding and why it relates to that country or the area. And I think that's really cool. It's really fascinating. I think it's excellent for kids because there isn't a ton to do in Epcot for children in the countries. But this makes it fun and interesting, and also for kids, I wanted to do it, but I was like, okay, slow your roll, Ashley. Our kids love to do Kid Cop. Epcot. And it's a little thing where you get a passport and you're able to go to each of the countries, and they have different stations set up with stickers and just crafts and things. Now, they just started redoing that for the kids because of the whole pandemic. It was not open last time we were there, and I was bummed because the kids loved it. They did have the passports out and the stickers, but you're not able to interact with the cast members who maybe are from the country that you are going through. So that's another great option. They're coming back with it, and I actually saw it open a lot more stations this time that we went. So you have that option. That's completely free. You do not have to pay for that. I highly, highly suggest it because a lot of the times the areas for the kids are in a air-conditioned area in the stores or under shade. It's really fun, and like I said, it's very interesting for the kids to do, and they love that kind of stuff. Our kids are obsessed with the scavenger hunt or what they can do. It's engaging. It keeps them just involved in Epcot when it could be quite boring for them. So I highly suggest doing that with your kids. It is very nice, and then they can keep that passport and go over all the stuff that they learned. And read all the facts and the stickers and all that. But also with this, what I love is at the end, once you've found all your stickers, all your items, I don't want to show you this too much because you might go and do it. It does give you a little map, so it gives you like the whereabouts. I did have a cast member because I was feverishly looking for this one that was not anywhere near where it posted. I was feverishly looking for this one, and this cast member's like, can I help you? And I was like, yes, please. But they're great. So they'll help you point out maybe where Spike the Bee is. But I love it because they give you a prize. And it is great for $7.99. So they had, I believe, 4 different cups. I chose Figment. Guys, I love him. I chose Figment because purple is pretty much my favorite color. And Figment just reminds me of my childhood. Journey into Imagination. I don't know, I might be really dating myself here, but that is one of my most treasured moments as a kid, going through that and smelling that horrible skunk smell. And just laughing all through Journey into Your Imagination. I love that ride. My kids think it's pretty funny too right now, but I'm sure once they get older, they're like, we're not doing this ride. Anyways, I got this, and it's really nice. It's a coffee cup. I just used it, so it might be a little dirty. But it's great. I used it, and it was great. And I have already washed it, so it is a great souvenir for $7.99. Probably one of the best that they have put out, I would say. Okay, so with Epcot, the Flower and Garden, any of their festivals, they have these little pamphlets, which is great. They have them at the entrances and throughout the different things. So once you go into Epcot, you want to pick up one of these. And it's great because it follows around the different countries and actually tells you what each drink is and what is in the drink. And of course, of any allergies that you may have, it'll tell you. It tells you the vegan spots. It's honestly really, really cool. It will give you a G for like gluten-free. It's really, really neat. I honestly, we love doing this. We love picking these up just so that we know, according to the country, what's there available. So we're not like waiting in line, then we get up there and we're like, this is nothing we would ever eat or drink. So this is really, really nice. And obviously we found our favorites and we put a star like next to the ones we went back to because we really, really liked them. Now for the festivals, they are smaller plates, so you'll probably get like 3 of an item or a little, they're small plates, so you're not gonna get a huge amount of things. And the drinks are, you know, smaller cups. The American Pavilion, their beers and IPAs, they all come in a larger cup. I will say that, unless you get a flight. But like the other countries, the frozen stuff too, it's all a smaller cup. And it's great. It's great to go around and taste different things and try things that you've never tried before. A lot of people like to do those gift cards that they just hang on their wrist. That way it's already on there. They have that amount and they just spend that amount. That's a great option if you want to do that. I've never done that before just because we wear our Magic Band and we have everything on our Magic Band and we just tap our Magic Band to pay for items. That can be dangerous if you're not keeping track. So have an amount, maybe if you're like, I'm not going over this, maybe it is really wise to just get the gift card and preload it on there so you know when this runs out, I'm done. Like I'm not gonna purchase anymore. Just because the Magic Band, you don't see it and it's very easy, just clink, click, I'm using my Magic Band, clink, and then you look at the bill later and you're like, what happened? Why did I do that? When we go as a family, I specifically give the kids Disney gift cards and that's what they get. So once that runs out, it's kind of like, because you can very easily, myself included, mainly myself, fall into that Disney bubble and everything looks good. You need everything. And then you're wondering how you're gonna get the stuff home, souvenir wise. But I will say one of my most favorite souvenirs that I bought this trip, that I have not purchased before, and I don't know that I've ever seen them, and I've been to Flower and Garden a couple times now. And this company, what's great is they put different vendors come into Disney and sell their items. And one of the other things that I can't show because I got a gift for my mom from it, but I have purchased from before, I love, and they are always there at Disney during Flower and Garden. And they're all like small shops, which I really appreciate too. This one here is called Noah's Ark. And you can see that it's made in Florida. And you just go on this website and they'll teach you how to put the plant around this. So I'm really cool. I just thought this was really neat. Now listen guys, if you know me, I'm not a plant person. But hello, this is Mickey Mouse. How cute is this? I am definitely going to try and train a plant. I don't know how well this is gonna go. I will probably do an update so you guys can laugh at me. But this was really cool. I had to have it. My husband was like, yeah, you gotta get that. So, this was one of the things I purchased that I thought was really, really cool. Again, this was for Flower and Garden, so I don't know that it will be there year round, probably not. But I thought it was just so cool and I didn't know if I would get a chance to get one again. So Epcot is really, really fun. They are obviously adding on to it, redoing things. So I will say if you go now, it can become quite frustrating over by the land ride or land pavilion and by the ball. They have walls up for construction everywhere. So it is very difficult. The countries are a little bit more doable because they don't have all those walls up. The only walls they have up, like country-wise, is by France for the Ratatouille ride. That will be opening, I'm sure all of you saw, is October 1st for the 50th anniversary. So, I got to walk down that area, not all the way to Gusteau's, which is like their new restaurant that's gonna be down there, and obviously where the ride is. But if you get the chance to, honestly, it was the quietest part in the whole countries. I couldn't believe that basically no one was down there. It was a great area to sit. They had park benches like you would see in France. Just really, really pretty. The music was phenomenal. I sat there and looked at the water, and the Skyliner was going by. Just really, really beautiful. I highly, highly recommend hanging out over there. La Halles is right there, like the bakery, and then you're gonna go to the right, and that is where Ratatouille is, and that area that I was talking about. Guys, when you go to the parks, one thing that always strikes me as like just mind-blowing is how much these Imagineers put into like the thought process and the creative response to how they bring that country movie to Disney, and how they create these attractions and the walkways even, and what they do is literally mind-blowing. Take the chance to soak it in. The countries is one of the most mind-blowing experiences, I think, just around how well they just, the thought process and the research that they do, and that they get it right, you know, that they don't really skirt around and shortchange you at all. They fully, completely immerse you in the country, in the attraction, which I love about Disney. There is nowhere that I will get that experience without going to the actual country for me to be fully immersed in the culture. And then once, obviously, they were bringing back the CPs and stuff, which is now, it'll be even better, even more magical, even more mind-blowing. I will say Epcot has always been one of my most favorite parks, only because I think because it's so immersive, country-wise, and it allows me to, you know, find things out, discover things about places that I maybe wouldn't ever go to or ever get the chance to go to. And I think that's really what Walt speaks to a lot with families, is maybe they won't get the chance to do France one day, or just the different cultures and how we can learn about others, and how awesome the food is and the drinks, and I love that. I love that you're able to do that, and it's immersive. One of my favorite rides at Epcot is Living with the Land. And Living with the Land is not my husband's favorite ride, but attraction. You get in a boat and you go through the Land Pavilion. And what's great about it is it talks all about the plants and how Disney is growing things, and the food they grow in there, they use in the parks and distribute elsewhere. It's just really, really cool. I highly suggest going on it. It's a cool area, temperature-wise, which is really nice, and it's a little bit longer of an attraction ride. I would it's like maybe like the People Mover, because you go around it and it's slow, you know, it's not anything crazy fast. And there's a lot to learn on that. Our kids love doing it because of all the things that they're able to see. So that's a really great attraction to check out. And we actually walked on the attraction. People do wait quite a bit of time to go on it, but just watch the times on your phone and on your app, and just really I'd like to say it's a strategy, but sometimes it's not, because attractions will break down, or they're not working properly, or the time is wrong. But generally speaking, we noticed that once we started at the beginning of the line, a lot of the times the signs that the cast members were holding, or the times on our app, were very accurate for accurate readings. The only time they were a little iffy was staying on Disney property, you're able to get into the parks about an hour prior to opening, which is phenomenal. Those were the only times that we noticed that maybe the timing was off, because most of it was just walking up to the ride and going through the queue. And a lot of times, you know, the queues are a lot longer, obviously, to hold a lot of people. Okay, so enough about Epcot. I'm sorry, my allergies are, whoo. Enough about Epcot, even though I'd like to speak more on Epcot. I probably will in another video, but new Disney news. Okay, so my husband and I just missed the no more masks outdoor and indoor. We actually had to wear our masks indoors for the attractions, and sometimes it was during the queue part that was outside, and boy was it hot. If anybody knows anything about Florida, it's very, very humid. So you step outside for 5 minutes and you're like drenched because it is so humid. So I will say we missed it by a couple days. Starting June 15th, they ended mask mandate if you're vaccinated. Now you absolutely can still wear your mask if you feel more comfortable that way, even if you are vaccinated. Unfortunately, the kids, they still have to wear them if they are not vaccinated. So there's that. So I won't speak to here, there, everywhere, but they just started that. And the biggest news, which I am super pumped about, and so is my husband, fireworks. Okay, I don't know if you guys have seen, and I'm sure you have by now. Fireworks are starting July 1st for Magic Kingdom and Epcot, and then July 4th is Disneyland. And I am so excited. It's like everything's coming back. So all that magic is coming back. And when I that's so part of the experience when you go to Disney is the fireworks and the incredible job, again, that Disney does, just ending your day, sealing in that magic for you as you leave the parks. And I'm very, very excited. I think it's a really exciting thing. I'm interested to see if they change things up and if they do anything different. I absolutely, Magic Kingdom fireworks are, whoo, they are so good. They use a projection now on the castle. Guys, it's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it. They do an awesome, awesome job. And I'm excited to see it. And I'm excited to see Disneyland. Honestly, they do a phenomenal job as well. And I think it's really exciting for the parks to finally be coming back to some normalcy. And it's great. I like, it's awesome. And I just wanted to say thank you for hanging in there with me. I am going to try and do a giveaway soon. So if I can get up to 300 followers, please, I am going to do a giveaway, and I'm really excited that you guys have come along with me on this journey. And I think the next park that I'm gonna talk about is Hollywood Studios and obviously Ride of the Resistance. I'm not gonna give any spoilers because you need to ride it, but I will talk about our experience with the whole boarding pass and all that in my next video. And thank you guys. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I post a lot more on there, and you can see some of my inside stuff, such as the resort video that I showed around our resort. And yeah, so guys, have a magical day. Get your coffee. I know you're getting it, and enjoy that. See ya. I'm videoing me.
Are you sneezing?
No.
You believe it, honey? 4 parks in a day.
4 parks in a day.
Should we go back to